Hey guys, welcome back to another day, day 16. We have 2 vlogs coming. Unfortunately, we have not had a chance to edit them. It's 9:15 at night currently. After we're done filming this, we're gonna go for a run and then we're gonna edit. It's probably gonna be about 11:30 or so before we can get to bed tonight. So anyways, the 2 vlogs will be coming soon. We had a party last night. We had a day in downtown Chicago, Illinois today. It was a lot of fun. We filmed a lot of awesome stuff. Stay tuned for those coming soon during these 30 days. So we're continuing on with our veganism series, and I think we're going to be doing a couple more on veganism, aren't we, Sarah?
Yeah.
Can everybody be vegan? Can some people not be vegan for health reasons? Well, to be honest, I'm not really convinced. If you can convince me, please do. Say it in the comments below. So listen to this. The position of the American Dietetics Association on vegetarian and vegan diets. This is what they say. It is the position of the American Dietetic Association that appropriately planned vegetarian diets, including total vegetarian or vegan diets, are healthful, nutritionally adequate, and may provide health benefits in the prevention and treatment of certain diseases. Well-planned vegetarian diets are appropriate for individuals during all stages of life, including pregnancy, lactation, infancy, childhood, adolescence, and for athletes. All right, so basically what they're saying is it can provide health benefits in prevention of certain diseases and treatments. And they're saying for all stages of life, pregnancy, lactation, infancy, childhood, adolescence, athletes. I mean, this is saying everybody can do this. The position of the American Dietetics Association, they believe everybody can be vegan, everybody can be vegetarian. And, you know, I agree, why not? What is so important that's in meat, that's in milk, that's in eggs? We're the only species on the entire planet that actually consumes dairy. Guys, dairy was supposed to be gone long ago. You use dairy from your mother's milk in lactation, in infancy. That's the time you use it. No animal on the planet consumes dairy their whole life. They don't need to. They got to move to solid food. The animals do. We're the same way in that area. I know Sarah agrees with me. Mm-hmm. We don't need breast milk anymore. If we don't need breast milk anymore, why on earth would we need cow's milk, goat's milk, giraffe's milk, frog's milk, mice milk, bat's milk, any milk, my milk, Sarah's milk? You don't need it. And you should only be given the milk that was given by a bat has bat's milk, a giraffe has giraffe's milk. I have mother human breast milk. That's what humans are. We gotta be sticking with our natural species. That's where you're supposed to be getting your dairy from. And you know, to me this suggests that once you're done lactating, the child no longer need it. You don't need it anymore, period. You just need you need solid food is what your body is now designed for. When you're young is when you take that stuff. I know milk has a good ratio of carbohydrates, fats, proteins. Lots of foods have those things though. You can get all that stuff. So it's not something that's needed forever. I mean, you got all these superfoods. You got turmeric, you got berries, you got your greens, you got spinach, you got kale, you got hundreds of different kinds of vegetables, hundreds if not thousands of different types of fruits, nuts, beans, seeds, legumes, tons of different fruits and vegetables out there, and they're available in a lot of places now. If somebody says they can't go vegan because of health reasons, I just kind of scratch my head. It's like, well, why not? What's so bad and what's so special that's in animal products, that's in meat, that's in eggs, that's in cheese, that's in milk? What's so special that's in it? And if you got calcium, guys, don't even go there. I can throw 40 sources of vegan calcium. I can throw it right now. Oranges, kiwis, walnuts, chia seeds, any type of leafy greens, figs, I think dates have it too. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that has has it. Well, you know what? I will leave a link in the description below. 40 sources of calcium from vegan. I'm not really convinced. I'm convinced everybody can handle it, just as the American Dietetics Association believes. Now, granted, people have allergies. It can make a vegan diet harder. You know, you're allergic to this, you're allergic to nuts. It can be harder, but I think for the most part, it can be done. Maybe there are rare people in the world that have to have meat, dairy, and eggs. If there's any evidence for that, please show it in the comments below. Scientifically proven that there are certain people that can't handle it. We've been vegan for over 2 years. We've been doing just fine.
We don't need it.
We've never felt better. And there's lots of people. There's Nina and Randa. They're in their early 20s. They were vegan their whole life. There's people older than us that have been vegan their whole life from day one. So there's lots of people that were born vegan and are adults today.
You're fine.
And they're just fine. There's nothing wrong with them. You definitely don't need it for survival. Don't believe that when somebody says you need it for survival.
It's a cultural thing.
That's definitely a cultural thing. Probably pushed on by the meat, dairy, and egg industry. So I want to read something else about the American Dietetics Association. An evidence-based review showed that vegetarian diets can be nutritionally adequate in pregnancy and result in positive maternal and infant health outcomes. The results of an evidence-based review showed that a vegetarian diet is associated with a lower risk of death from ischemic heart disease. The vegetarians also appear to have lower density lipoprotein cholesterol levels, lower rates of blood pressure, and lower rates of hypertension and type 2 diabetes than non-vegetarians. Furthermore, vegetarians tend to have lower body mass index and lower overall cancer rates. All right, so we know that cancer is the second leading cause of death in the United States of America. Body mass index, having lower body fat percentage, that is a huge problem. 1 out of every 3 Americans is obese, having a body mass index greater than 30. And another 1 out of every 3 Americans has an overweight BMI. So that's a BMI of 25 or higher. And I'll do a future video how you can actually calculate your own BMI. We'll talk about that in a future video. Maybe this month, if somebody wants me to put that up this month, I'll do that this month, in the month of June, while we're uploading every day. Lower rates of obesity rates vegetarians and vegans tend to have. And that's a real problem in today's world. It's a huge problem. Lower rates of cancer, lower rates of hypertension and blood pressure, you know, all these things that are contributing to heart disease, which is the #1 killer. So to me, this is saving lives, this can. Provided you stay away from junk food. I think features of a vegetarian diet that may reduce the risk of chronic disease include lower intakes of saturated fat and cholesterol, higher intakes of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, soy products, fiber, phytochemicals. That's a really important one for me. The variability of dietary practices among vegetarians makes individual assessment of dietary adequacy essential. In addition to assessing dietary adequacy, food and nutrition professionals can also play key roles in educating vegetarians about the sources of specific nutrients, food purchase and preparation, and dietary modifications to meet their needs. So there you have it. This is a well-recognized source, the American Dietetics Association. Pretty good source. They're in favor of it. They don't see anything wrong with it. And like I said, I think vegetarian veganism isn't going to be known for being so healthy in the future. A lot of people aren't turning to it for health reasons, which I would like to see people turn to it for health reasons. But a lot of people are just doing it for environmental and ethical reasons, which is fine, which is why we originally did it. But I'd like to see the health aspect, because as soon as people start consuming the vegan junk food and they're overweight and they have health problems.
That's why I think it's important to say
to eat healthy.
Plant-based vegan.
Plant-based vegan. It's important to stick with the whole foods to me, because you start eating the vegan pizza, you start eating the vegan junk food, you start eating the vegan donuts, you eat fries, you eat bread, you drink beer, you eat potato chips and French fries.
Because, let's face it, oil is vegan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, olive oil,
Potato chips.
trans fats are
Trans fats are vegan, which is like
sugar is vegan.
sugar's vegan. So some of the worst things you could possibly eat are vegan. So unfortunately, a lot of people are just doing it for
Plant-based.
ethical reasons, which is great. But because they're going to be getting all these health problems, people are going to blame the vegan diet, and it's not the vegan diet's fault. It's their vegan diet's fault. So you got to stick with the whole foods.
Plant-based.
You got to stick with it. You got to get your nuts, seeds, fruits, veggies, beans, legumes. That's the stuff you need. Fruits and vegetables every day, guys. Every single day for the rest of your life. If you can, every single meal, every day, guys. Every single day.
Get your greens in.
Absolutely. Every day, get them greens in. Leafy greens, every single day.
Good too.
Cruciferous vegetables. And you know, some people say, well, what about iron? What about vitamin D? What about zinc? What about B12? Listen, you guys can get all these nutrients. If you want me to make a video on any of these things, zinc, vitamin D, B12, we can do it. That stuff's already out there on the internet. Check out nutritionfacts.org. Dr. Michael Greger, he'll provide you information on how you can get anything: calcium, iodine, iron, zinc, B12. He has all kinds of videos and information on those topics. But if you want us to make those videos, sure, we'll just research information that's already out there on the internet. We can definitely do that. The hardest one to get now, for sure, is B12. That's really the only one I'm convinced that's hard to get.
That's hard for anybody.
That's hard for anybody.
Non-vegans.
You know, there's a study done. This is an older study saying 39% of Americans are deficient in B12. Now, this study was quoted years ago. That could be changed. It could be higher. It could be lower. The point is, there is no way 39% of America is vegan.
It's a soil-based organism, so it's found in the dirt.
It's found in the dirt.
Which our soil's lacking in nutrition.
Our soil's lacking in
so a
nutrition
lot of
anyways.
stuff doesn't have it anyways.
B12 is the only thing that's really hard. You know, we got our iron tested. Our iron levels were normal. Vitamin D, you get that from the sunshine. You can get zinc, you can get iron. It's in lots of foods. Calcium's in lots of foods.
Animals get all their nutrients from plants anyways.
They do. So absolutely, you can get all your nutrients. B12, you do not want to be deficient in B12. You can go blind. It can cause some serious problems later in life.
It's the nervous system.
It's related to your nervous system. You do not want to be deficient in B12. If you don't supplement, you're not eating fortified foods, get a blood test done. I'm not kidding. I'm not joking. This is sincere. You need to get that checked if you're not doing anything about that. I'd recommend that even if you're not vegan or vegetarian, because that doesn't mean you're off the hook. There's a lot of non-vegans and vegetarians that are deficient in B12.
Yeah.
Get that checked. I don't see why not everybody can be vegan. I really don't. People will blame allergies. Well, I have this disease, that disease. What's so magical about animal products and milk and eggs that helps people heal?
Vegan is the perfect diet. It was the original diet, so.
The things that are known for healing, greens, beans, mushrooms, onions, berries, nuts and seeds. These are the turmeric, spices, leafy greens. Those are the things that are known for being
herbs are healing.
Herbs. Those are the things that are medicinal, that help. We think everybody can handle a vegan diet for health.
Yep, absolutely.
We're not convinced. It's going to be tough to convince us. If you can convince us, try it. It's going to be very, very difficult to convince us that you can't be healthy on a vegan diet. And yeah, omega-3s, that's a whole nother topic, whole nother video.
I can explain that.
Dr. Greger has videos on that stuff too. Anyways, it's 9:30. We still need to go for a run and edit this video. It's going to be about 11:30 or midnight before we're done. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you later.
Hopefully maybe we might have one of our vlogs up tomorrow. We'll see. I would really like to have.
Stay tuned. Keep with us.
We will see you tomorrow, guys.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.